guys, it's Eli. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and we are going to be reacting to this Tesla Cam video. And from the looks of it and the comments, it looks pretty bad. So let's watch.
Tesla Cam, he hopes you are satisfied.
Justin and his roommate were driving in uptown Dallas, Texas, when a truck ran a red light, T-boning another Model 3 right next to them. They stopped to check on everyone. Both the man in the truck and the couple in the Tesla were shaken up, but nobody was seriously injured. This next video from John is actually our very first video from the state of Nebraska. Woohoo! He was driving his Model 3 in Omaha when he approached a red light. The driver of the Hyundai to the left of him ran the red light and was T-boned by a Chrysler. He immediately saved the Tesla Cam footage and checked on the people in both cars. Fortunately, there were no serious injuries and everyone walked away from the accident. The driver of the Hyundai told the police that he thought the light was green. After John shared the footage with the officers at the scene, they agreed that the light was clearly not green and the Hyundai driver had run the red light. When the driver of the Chrysler learned that John had the Tesla Cam footage, he told him, "You just sold me on a Tesla." Matt was merging onto US Route 101 in Sherman Oaks, California, when he noticed a vintage car in the side mirror of his Model 3. Just as he was about to comment on it to his girlfriend, he recognized who was driving it. Jay Leno.
Oh my gosh. Sorry guys, it's a little glitchy.
Matt told us he's not usually the one to spot celebrities, but since he'd just seen a clip of Jay Leno discussing his new quarter-mile land speed record in the Tesla Model S Plaid, he was primed to recognize him. He researched the license plate number later and learned that he was driving a 1931 Bentley Roadster. Sweet ride, Jay. Cliff was driving his Model 3 home from work in Wilton, Connecticut one day when he noticed a small fender bender happening right behind him.
Let's see.
Oddly enough, the driver who was hit was a friend of his. Cliff's friend did end up tapping the white Mercedes in front of them, making it a 3-car accident.
Sorry guys,
Cliff gave his friend the video and no police were called to the scene. Cliff and his friend think the bicyclist had distracted the driver in the back. Dennis Lynn had parked his Model 3 on the streets of London, England during the UEFA European Championship when Sentry Mode caught 4 Scotland supporters approaching his car. One of them decided to climb up on the Tesla, leaving handprints, shoe prints, and scuff marks on it. He says this is football hooliganism at its finest. The Tesla UK community said the UK police would be unlikely to do anything about it, even if he reported it. He supposes he was lucky the scuff marks didn't cut through the paint. He wishes this young gentleman will one day appreciate the love that other people have for their cars. Someone drove into the side of Thomas's wife's Model 3 while it was parked at her work.
Oh my god, wow.
The footage was given to the local sheriff's department. Thomas heard via social media that the offending vehicle was seen on blocks in a parking lot several days later, but he wasn't able to confirm this. The Tesla is currently at the body shop where they're determining the extent of the damage. The rear wheel that was struck is no longer aligned correctly with the rest of the car.
Oh wow.
Theo had picked up flowers for his wife the night before their 5th anniversary and was on his way home. In his rearview mirror, he noticed a Honda tailgating him very closely. Theo was terrified as he watches the Wham Bam videos so much, he knew what might happen. He even told us it felt like a crash was inevitable, but eventually it seemed like he might just make it out without getting bumped. Who are we kidding? Here comes the Honda bump.
Oh Lord.
The damage was minimal, but his bumper received 2 holes from the Honda's license plate. Theo asks if we could give his wife a shout out as they both watched the Wham Bam show even before owning a Tesla. We're guessing Hondas aren't the only ones bumping tonight. As they passed him.
Huh.
A blue Prius changed lanes in front of him, which seemed to anger the Hyundai driver. The dangerous driver then brake-checked the Prius, which made him lose control and hit the barrier.
Oh. Lord.
Fortunately,
Lord,
the Hyundai driver
Lord,
didn't hit anyone else
Lord.
and didn't appear to be
Oh
seriously
my
hurt,
God.
and another driver stopped to check on him.
From the way they talk
Wow.
before Mom died. What do you
This
want?
submitter from Slovenia was sitting at a red light in his Model 3. Just as the light was about to turn green, the driver of a BMW, who had previously been weaving through traffic, pulled up behind him. When the light turned green, the submitter launched away with that sweet, instant EV torque. Up ahead, road construction had blocked one of the lanes. That's when this classic BMW driver moment happened.
Since I've been taking that second pill.
The BMW driver tried to overtake the Tesla just as the road construction blocked the lane. Instead of overtaking, he lost his side mirror and he might have damaged his pride.
My blood pressure like I was supposed to, but I breathed and I did what you told me to do.
Jason had just left Florida for a 2-day trip to New York in his Model 3. Before he even got out of town, this black truck went out of his way to get in front of him. Jason had never heard of rolling coal until he started watching Wham Bam. He heard the engine of the truck rev and knew what was about to happen, but instead of smoking out the Tesla, the exhaust was a direct hit on a Hyundai to the right of them, which appeared to have the window open.
Oh, Lord.
My heart went into a funny switch.
Should we run the usual poll? Was this intentional or unintentional? Leave a comment with what you think.
I think that was...
This is actually the second time Maximilian sent us a video. The first one was of someone breaking into his boss's G-Wagon. That time we spelled both of his names wrong, so we're sorry for that, Max. This time he was driving his Model Y one foggy morning in Costa Mesa, California, when a motorcyclist passed him before turning around as if to check to make sure that the Tesla cam was recording. Next, he popped a wheelie and managed to hold it for a very long time. We suspect that he might be a Wham Bam viewer. If so, thanks for the show.
Oh my God, how is he... Oh my God, that is so dangerous. Do not do that.
Fonny
if
was
you're-
driving on a tollway
if
with his
you're
wife
16
and
and older,
1-year-old.
do not do-
He
do
just
not do
engaged
that.
autopilot when his wife alerted him of something on the
You can
road.
die doing that. Ooh, good Lord.
He barely had a second to act to avoid a duck and a few ducklings who definitely hadn't paid to use the tollway. It was a rather sudden maneuver while going about 70 miles per hour, and Fonny says they felt a strong jerk, but they're glad they were able to save a few lives.
Yep.
Marius was driving his Model 3 in Austria. He'd just taken an exit and was waiting for traffic to turn at an intersection. A semi-truck pulled up and stopped behind him. There was heavy traffic on the road they were entering, so he wasn't able to enter. Suddenly, the truck hit the back of his Tesla and started pushing him out into traffic.
I hate semis.
Luckily, none of the other cars hit him as he was pushed out into the street. One driver had to move over to the other lane to avoid a crash. Finally, Marius was able to safely stop at
That's
the
why
side
I
of the road.
freaking hate
The truck driver
semis.
said that he thought Marius had already left the intersection and was moving up. By the time he realized his mistake, it was too late. Marius' Model 3 was only 10 days old and had about 590 miles on it. He's filed an
Wow.
insurance claim and is waiting to see if the car is totaled.
That ain't totaled. I don't think so.
CJ was out driving his 1-month-old
Whoever says
Model
that's
3 in
totaled,
Durham,
they're-
North Carolina
they're
when he met a
stupid
whole
because
group
that's
of
not
Wham Bam
totaled.
subscribers showing off for his Tesla cam. CJ says that since their Tesla is so new, he was nervous with people stunting on both sides, but on review, he saw they were actually going pretty slow, being friendly and considerate of all the cars and pedestrians. This isn't the only biker gang video we have lined up this week, but the next one isn't as friendly.
Oh boy.
Hey, you want to get leaner, stronger,
You
learn some
stupid
cool
ass.
calisthenics, bodyweight skills?
This video is from Yaw, the same guy who gave us that epic video he took of the Cybertruck while Elon was in New York. This time, he was driving in Manhattan with a friend and they witnessed this biker gang. A woman crossing the street was almost hit in the face by one of the bikers. Yaw says these biker gangs are very notorious in the city and very dangerous. He's witnessed some of them assault pedestrians, hit in the face by one of the bikers. Ya says these biker gangs are very notorious in the city and very dangerous.
Oh my
He's witnessed
God.
some of them assault pedestrians, as well as not allow cars or people to cross while they torment the city. There were
I
some
would've
traffic
punched
cops
him in the
nearby,
face.
and his friend alerted them, but they didn't seem to care.
Jerk.
Brian was driving
That's a
through
jerk
Kennesaw
right there.
Mountain National Battlefield Park. As he pulled up to a crosswalk, he stopped for someone walking her dog. The strange part was that it wasn't a dog at all. She was walking a pig. What's even more interesting to Brian is that the trail off to the right, where they'd come from, is kind of steep. That pig must be pretty athletic. Speaking of dogs, Barbara received a Sentry Mode alert, and when she got to her car, she found a huge scratch. Reviewing the footage, she assumed the damage was caused by the dinged-up car next to her, or maybe a vandal. Nope, it was a dog tied to a chair that got loose.
Oh my God. Oh, good Lord.
Jason was driving to the dog park with his 2 huskies. He was using autopilot in the right lane. The lady behind him in the Lincoln had been following him for several miles when he thinks she became irritated with him driving at the speed limit. She sped up and started to perform a lane change. At the same time, someone on the opposite side of the road started to pull out and head their direction.
Like Roger called and
Since Jason was meeting someone at the dog park, he chose to call the Melbourne Police Department later that night to offer his Tesla Cam clips to help determine who was at fault. They appreciated it and told him the guy in the Hyundai was at fault. Jason was happy to help, but he ended up getting subpoenaed to court since the Hyundai driver felt that he wasn't at fault. Jason thinks he was trying to go after the Lincoln driver over medical expenses incurred by the accident.
Oh, wow.
The appointed day came, and Jason and the Lincoln driver showed up, but the other guy was nowhere to be found. This finalized the at-fault decision. EV Hub was driving his Model 3 in Kiev, the capital of Ukraine. The Mazda driver in front of him accidentally shifted into reverse and hit the gas when the light turned green. Police arrived at driving his Model 3 in Kiev, the capital of Ukraine. The Mazda driver in front of him accidentally shifted into reverse and hit the gas when the light turned green.
Idiot.
Police arrived at the scene pretty
Idiot.
quickly, and they
That
couldn't
is
believe
idiot.
what had happened. The Mazda was stuck to the Tesla. The whole thing was sorted out quickly with the Tesla Cam footage as evidence. The airbags stayed intact, and the cost estimate for the repairs was approximately $4,000 US. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you all next Sunday. Don't forget to subscribe.
Dr. Perez will probably tell me.
Hey guys, well, that was in the video. Subscribe, have the notification, and like the video. And